So, recently it was posted on social media. Just ate a sandwich, a bagel sandwich. It was delicious. It was recently posted on social media that by a TikTok user that Nene Leakes' husband is currently transitioning over to the other side. Some of you will say dying. Some of you will say going to glory. He's on his last stages of life, and it's sad that she had to speak that into the universe because people were posting, negative comments about her online, saying that she was rude because they were asking her to say happy birthday to them, and she, didn't feel like saying happy birthday. She's dealing with a lot mentally. Losing a loved one is something that I wish on no one. Having to go through that and watch someone who was once vibrant and energetic and full of life, watching the life fade out of them, it is a very cathartic process. I'm actually going through the same thing right now, losing a loved one. It is difficult. It's not easy. So I can imagine how she must feel when people are posting about, oh, she's rude, she's nasty, she's not saying happy birthday, we came to her club, when she's got a husband with terminal cancer, her partner, her lover, her best friend, the person she's been with for over 20 years, almost damn near 25 years. I think they divorced for a year and got remarried. That's love. That's something that, you don't find every day, a soulmate, somebody to be with forever. So, before, like she said in the video that some unauthorized TikTok user made, probably, I'm certain without her knowledge, you never know what people are going through. You never know what is on the other side of your comment. You're saying something rude, you're saying something nasty, you're categorizing somebody and, just talking shit about them. And you don't know what they're going through, you don't know what they're dealing with. So, be mindful of the words that you speak. My prayer that I put into the atmosphere was to have the divine spirit help me to control my tongue and help me to control the words that I speak and the words that I use over myself and that I speak to other people, because your words can be prosperous or they can be poison. And people don't realize there's so much vitriol and hate and anger out here. People online talking shit about this person and that person and the next person, and really, you need to be looking at yourself. Okay? You need to be, looking inward, not outward. Because when you're pointing the finger at someone else, telling them what they're doing wrong, how many fingers is that? 1, 2, 3. That's 4 more. Well, at least 3 pointing right back at you. Somebody kind of, violated her by talking shit, not really considering what the hell Nene was going through. And, that's fucked up. She was, on one of the biggest reality shows ever, Real Housewives of Atlanta. She put the Housewives franchise on the map because nobody was really checking for OC or Beverly Hills like that. Once Atlanta got on the map, that's when their viewership started going up. That show was the highest rated show, had the most viewers on Bravo. So, I'm an OG. I've been around for a while. Been watching Bravo, for a minute. And, back before the Housewives, the only thing that Bravo had going on was Project Runway, okay? And Project Runway used to be the shit. And one year, maybe 2000 and, before 2010, I want to say maybe 2008, 2007, Bravo ended up sending or selling Project Runway to Lifetime. So, once it went to Lifetime, Bravo was shit. Nobody was watching that channel. So they needed something to revive it. And here comes the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of, OC, they were there. But, as black women, we don't relate to them,
We finally saw some black women on screen who, were ratchet, raunchy, but still classy. And some of them had a lot of money. And Nene really built that franchise. She was the one who was really wanting to break out into, the Hollywood scene, into the acting world. And she was the one that got a lot of people on that show. So, I mean, she's an OG. And people don't give the woman credit where credit is due. She deserves her flowers now. And people really need to stop shitting on her. So I'm not going to shit on Nene, especially in a time where she is losing the man that she loves the most. Regardless of the bullshit that they've been through, that most, if not every married couple goes through. No marriage is perfect. No marriage is without flaw. No human being is without flaws. So people are going to go through their ups and downs. And, during the course of the show, we saw her divorce him and then remarry him. Some people can say, that was just done for TV. But, according to her, she was making a point to him. She felt that she was not getting the treatment that she deserved. And she made a point to her husband. And rightfully so. She had every right to do that. So, if the coins were there, Bravo was going to pay for it. Why the fuck not? So, I don't knock Nene. I feel for her. I really do. Losing your loved one is horrible. It's a horrific experience. And when you go through watching someone breathing their last breaths, you as a family member, a sibling, a spouse, you will go through every emotion fathomable. You will go through all the memories, everything that you did with this person, all the experiences that you share with each other, the lessons that you may have learned from this person, the things that they taught you, just life lessons. It's difficult to see someone basically go back to the stage that they were born in. We come in this world as naked, helpless babies, and when we go out, if by the universe's circumstances, by God's grace, if we go out the way that God intends, then you're going to die like a baby too. When you transition to the other side, you don't have control over what you want to do, how you want to do it. There is no walking, there is no talking, there is no feeding yourself, there's no going to the bathroom, there's no telling people what you want, because in so many circumstances you're not able to voice what you need anymore. People are just supposed to be able to provide that for you, provide you comfort when life is coming to its end. I have a loved one that's going through the same thing right now, and spending hours with her recently, trying to take off acrylic nails and polishing her nails, and just, watching the love and care that the other family members provided. It was heartbreaking and heartwarming all at the same time, because I hope to God that when I get in my last days and I transition, that I will have my loved ones surrounding me in the same way. I hope that I will have made a mark on this world in some type of way, that there are people that love me, that want to see me peacefully transition to the other side. I pray that I'm not alone and by myself taking those last breaths. I pray that there's a family member there to hold my hand, to help me let go, and to walk over to the other side, because at some point we all got to go. So while there is so much confusion and chaos going on in the world, what we need to do is be grateful for the lives that we have and that we're living right now, because not every day is promised. And for so long, speaking for myself, I've taken my life for granted. I've lived recklessly. I make stupid decisions on a daily basis, taking chances with my life, and life is not promised. There's just so much I'm going to share with you on this journey that I call life. I lost my father also. I lost my father to cancer almost 10 years ago, back in 2012. And not knowing that it was his last year of life, he lived with me for 3 to 4 months. And for those 3 to 4 months, I probably complained every goddamn day about having my space invaded, not having my home to myself, and just, in retrospect, not being grateful for having those last moments with him, because really and truly, those are the last times that I will ever get to spend with him. Once he left me, he went and, decided what he wanted to do and where he wanted to spend his last days. And he kept saying that, he didn't have much time left. But looking at him, driving himself to radiation, driving himself to chemo, head full of hair, still in his, normal personality. Nothing really changed about him. We could have conversations. I didn't believe that he was going to go. I didn't know how bad his condition was until it was too late. Until, I was sent pictures and people showed me, this is it. So, above all else, we need to be grateful. We need to be thankful for the time that we have, because time is precious. That's the one commodity that you don't get back. So cherish your time and spend it wisely, because you never know when it's going to be your turn to take that last breath. And you really don't want to die with regrets, and you definitely don't want to die alone. You want to have your loved ones with you. You want somebody to be there, somebody that has loved you, somebody who cares about you, and someone who wants to see you transition peacefully to the other side. Not in turmoil and disgrace and nightmare. You don't want to go to the other side in a painful state. I pray for the souls of those who had to transition in a non-peaceful way. I know Nene probably can't see it right now, but she should be thankful. In retrospect, later on, she'll be thankful that she had this time with him. She'll be thankful that she was able to care for him. Although it may have stressed her out, she was able to provide that love to him that, he wasn't able to provide, for himself anymore. The things that he couldn't do for himself, she could do for him. To show him that unconditional love. Because when you get married and you sign that contract, you are committing to unconditional love, to love this person no matter what, in sickness and in health. And, the older we get, you will start to see your friends, your colleagues, people that you grew up with, people that you work with, they will start to get sick. They will start to transition over. And when that mortality hit, boy, when you got to face life looking through a mortal lens and not just live now, die later, YOLO, you only live once. No, you do only live once, and that life can be taken very quickly. So we must make wise decisions. There's nothing wrong with starting fresh every day if you have to. As long as every day you are verbally telling yourself, I'm going to make the decision to eat right, for example. I'm going to make the decision to do A, B, C, D. Today I am. Today I will. Today I am going to. And then you take that action behind it. That's what's going to lead you on the path to where you want to be. It's going to lead you to the path of success. So be mindful of your words. Be mindful of your thoughts. And most importantly, be mindful of your mortality, because only one life. You only have one life. That's it. Peace.